All right, hey y'all, what's up? Um, I'm here to go on with part two, um, of everything and everything. So I left off on part one with Saturday, talking about how my hips were in a little bit more pain, but you know, yeah. So that's where I left off. With that is my hips were in a little bit more pain. On Saturday, I still wasn't feeling any contractions. Um, and so, you know, I just kind of kept it pushing, whatever. Then Sunday night, it was starting to get pretty bad. Or Sunday, it was getting bad. It hurt really bad to move. My hips were in so much pain. I was starting to feel a little bit of pressure in the areas. And it was so bad that I couldn't get comfortable to sleep. I couldn't get comfortable during the day. I didn't want to eat. Like it was pretty bad Sunday. By Sunday night, I was starting to feel contractions that weren't real strong, but they were strong enough to where I could feel them. Now, that means that they had to have been pretty strong to anybody else normally. And when I get to Wednesday, you'll understand why I say that. So, so they were strong enough for me to feel them by this point, which means that they were significantly strong. Um, so I tried, I want to say Sunday night or Monday. I don't remember which night it was, but I want to say it was either Sunday or Monday. Can't remember. Either way, I took a hot bath. I did Epsom salt, witch hazel, and rubbing alcohol, and a bath bomb, all in my bath that night. And it literally felt like nothing. No, Sunday night I took a hot shower and it relaxed my body, but I still was restless. I still couldn't sleep. I still didn't barely want to eat. I was still in a significant amount of pain. The contractions I hadn't been feeling anymore. They had went on ahead and went away. So Monday night I took a bath, hot bath. Like I said, I had Epsom salt, I had rubbing alcohol, I had witch hazel and a bath bomb, all in my bath. Those seemed to help a little bit with the achiness, but not a lot. I still could not sleep that night. And Monday I had pretty much just relaxed all day. I did a teeny tiny bit of cleaning up, and that was really just to make sure that the house didn't start to smell because there was dirty dishes. So I went ahead and handle those. But we have a dishwasher, so I literally just rinsed everything and put it in the dishwasher, started the dishwasher, and basically just left it like that. So I just did a little bit of cleaning. I didn't do a lot. Um, then Tuesday, it was just really starting to become unbearable to the point like where sitting down hurt, but standing up hurt. Like nothing was comfortable. I just couldn't. It hurt too bad. Everything hurt too bad to do anything whatsoever. I was trying to push through it and I was trying to push through it. And I tried stretching my hips out and I tried doing different things to try to help my body just kind of like loosen up and hopefully stop hurting. Well, that was not the case. So Wednesday morning, I had to have the car anyway, because my sister, who will feature in later videos, my sister is in high school. She's going into her sophomore year, but she's also on flag, and she had uniform fitting Wednesday. So she had asked me, earlier in the week, is it okay? Can you take me to my uniform fitting? I don't have a ride. And I was like, yeah, no problem. So I went, picked her up, took her. But then while she was in there, I was so uncomfortable, and she was only there for a little while. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and call my doctor. Let me see what the doctor says. So by this point, I'm literally like, I'm in pain so bad that like I could have cried. And she even asked me when she came out of her fitting, do you want me to drive? And I was like, no, I got it. I'm okay. So she came. I called around 10 o'clock that morning and I told them, this is what's going on. I'm having severe pain in my hips, stuff that didn't feel until I was already 6 centimeters dilated in labor with my first. I'm having a significant amount of pressure. My blood pressure is high. Like, these are all the things that are going on. What do I need to do? I have an appointment next Thursday, but I just need to know, do I need to come in now? She said, yes. Can you be here before 11? I said, yes. She said, okay, be here before 11. We'll get you looked at and we'll go from there. So at this point, my husband was still at work. Nari was with my sister-in-law, who I was actually supposed to get back Wednesday night. I didn't get her back Wednesday night because of, well, I'll tell you in a second. But I was supposed to get her back Wednesday night. I did not get her back Wednesday night. But she's been with my sister-in-law. So Wednesday, when I went into the hospital, when I went into the doctor, they hooked me up to the scale to measure my contractions. When my contractions were on like 70, 80, 90, 100, I didn't feel any of them. Normally, when contractions are that high up on the scale, you feel them. No doubt about it. You feel it. I didn't feel anything. Like, I didn't feel any tightness unless I was physically touching my stomach. The baby was moving. Her heart rate was perfectly fine. She's good. Like, she's good. But, my contractions were very high. My contractions were very, very close. Like, within 15 and 20 seconds of each other, they were coming back to back to back to back. I had no idea until I was actually looking at the thing, printing out my contraction count. And I was like, that's not good at all. And mind you, at this point, I'm still 31 weeks. I was 31 weeks and 5 days at this point. So the nurse practitioner came in and she said, okay, do you not feel those? And I was like, no, ma'am. And she was like, did you realize you were contracting? I said, the only reason why I knew I was contracting is because I was looking at the thing myself. And she was like, okay, well, that's not really good. How far along are you? And I was like, I'm 31 and 5 days today. And she said, all right, let me go talk to the doctor. I'm going to talk to my OB and we'll see what he wants to do. She went out. She came right back in almost immediately. And she said, all right, so we're going to take a look. We're going to feel your cervix, see if your cervix is soft, and then we'll go from there. So, okay. She checks my cervix. And if you've ever had a baby before, you know what that entails. And it was pretty painful because she didn't push my uterus down. She didn't push down on my stomach. She was just all up in there. Again, I don't want to get into too many explicit details because I know there is younger children that watch my videos with their parents, and I don't want a bunch of questions that I know parents could be not comfortable with answering at this moment in time in some of their kids' lives. So if you don't understand what any of the terminology is that I give you, feel free to look it up. Feel free to DM me to email me, to find me on my social medias, or even comment down below and I can further explain what anything means if you need help understanding. So she checked my uterus and she said, all right, well, your cervix is soft and the baby is head down, but the baby's not down far enough into your canal to where I'm going to say personally that you can go ahead and, we'll induce you. She said, but I'm going to go talk to your doctor again and see what he says. Come in. Hold on. Hey, housekeeping. Hey. I think the bathroom might have a couple of things in it, but as far as anything big, there's nothing. I do leave today though, so. All right. Yeah. Thank you for letting me know. You're welcome. Well, you have a safe trip home. Thank you. Thank you. So, okay. Basically, she went out and talked to my doctor. She came back in. The nurse is a nurse practitioner. She went out, she talked to my actual delivering doctor, the doctor that had been seeing through all of my appointments because I'm high risk. And she came back in and she said, all right, well, your doctor said, go ahead and go to the hospital. I said, okay, well, I got to ring my husband. And she said, okay, we'll do that. But after you do that, go to the hospital. I said, is there a certain time I need to be there by? She said, no, you just need to go. I said, okay. So at this point, I call my husband. I say, hey, this is what's going on. Now, mind you, he's at work. So I call him. He was like, what's going on? Tell me what I need to do. He was like, do I need to go? You know, like I just left the terminal because he drives for a delivery company, which I'm not putting on here because y'all YouTube be playing. So he drives for a delivery company. If you know, you know. If you don't, then you don't. I'm sorry. Like I said, you can DM me for details, whatever. So I was like, turn around, go back to the terminal, tell them she needs to leave because we're going to the hospital, and I'm sure they're going to admit me. So, because they told me to come to the labor and delivery floor, which is floor 2. So, yeah. So I go get him, and mind you, I still have my sister in the car. And by this point, like, I'm actually starting to begin to feel these contractions. And so she was like, do you want me to drive? I said, no, because I know you're not comfortable driving on 565, which is the freeway here, or the highway, or wherever you're from, whatever you guys call it. 565 is like the travel road, basically. Hop on 565, and I go get him. I get him, and the first thing I said is, I need to get something to eat before I go to the hospital because I already know they're not going to let me eat. I had no idea what the plan was once I got here. Luckily, I stopped and got something to eat before we came. So I got him from work. We went back to our apartment. We got the hospital bags, put everybody's hospital bags in the trunk. And mind you, if you saw the hospital bag, what's in my hospital bag video, you know there was 5 hospital bags. There's going to be 6 actually, so I'm going to have to update that video after I finish this series. However, that's neither here nor there. So we packed all the hospital bags up. My sister stayed at my apartment because she was going to clean it up just in case they did induce me, so that way the baby, you know, if the baby was able to come home, the baby was going to be coming home to a clean house. So forever grateful for her, because I was going to go back to the house and clean that day anyway. So come back to the hospital. Instead of them taking me to the OBER, they took me to L&D, which the difference is OBER is the baby emergency room. They put me in labor and delivery room. So they put me in an actual delivery room, which if you don't know how that's set up, most hospitals have it to where it's, you know, the bed that you lay in, and then there's a bathroom, and then there's like a cabinet, whatever, a bunch of counters, bunch of stuff all over the walls, and then the hot table for the baby to be on once you give birth. So I was in an actual birthing suite at this point. So they get me in, they hook me up, they check to see if I'm dilated, and I am. Mind you, this is all Wednesday. They tell me, all right, well, you can't eat. We have to test you for GBS, which is strep B. If you need information on that, feel free to message me or to comment down below, and I will definitely, like I said, I'll give you all the details that you want. So they tested me for that. I also got diagnosed with BV while I was at my doctor. So they tested me for strep B. On top of already having BV. Again, comment down below. I'll give you all the answers that you need. And then they hook me up to the monitors. So here I am, hooked up to these monitors. Not inducing me, but just getting me ready. So their plan was to stop the contractions. That's what they needed to do. They needed to stop them because that's premature labor, and premature labor can lead to infant death, and it can lead to even more problems with the mom, and there's a whole list of stuff. So they ended up not inducing me. As you saw, I'm still pregnant. Thank you, Jesus. So Wednesday, they told me I could not eat anything. I was on a clear liquid diet, which, if you don't know what a clear liquid diet is, I'm going to grab the pamphlet and I'm going to read to you what all you can have on a clear liquid diet. So this is what our thing looks like. This is basically my room service menu. So on the back, it has your clear liquid diet. These are your special diet options. There's a diabetic patient, diet, a clear liquid diet, and a full liquid diet. I was on a clear liquid diet, which this is clear liquid, that's full liquid. So as you can see, there's a very significant difference. Clear liquid diet, I'm only allowed to have apple juice, cranberry juice, grape juice, beef broth, chicken broth, flavored jello, cherry ice, coffee, sweet tea, unsweet tea, Pepsi, Diet Pepsi, ginger ale, or Diet ginger ale. So that's all I could have until the doctor said otherwise. So I finally got my contractions basically stopped and stuff by yesterday, and they went ahead and moved me into the antepartum unit, which is basically the unit where they send moms who have to be on mandatory or on mandated bed rest for the remainder of their pregnancy. And they said, well, we don't know how long you're going to be in here, we just need to see, we're just going to watch you. So okay, cool. That was yesterday. Still cannot eat. I did not get to eat my first meal until last night around almost 10. So the medicine they used to help stop my contractions was magnesium, and it was through an IV, which they took out because I am able to discharge today. So they took my IV out. They're running antibiotics through my IV for the group B, which I had no idea, but it had came back positive. So they're running antibiotics for group B on top of giving me antibiotics for BV. So then on top of like every 8 hours I was taking Tylenol for headaches. My blood pressure was really low, so I was like dizzy. So yeah. So the contractions basically had stopped to my knowledge. Again, like I said, I really couldn't feel too much. So I don't know. That today, like I said, they are allowing me to discharge today. I'm literally just waiting on them to come let me know that I can leave at this point. But the goal was to get me to 32 weeks without having a baby. I hit 32 weeks today. Yay! Hit 32 weeks today. That was my first small goal. My second small goal is to hit 34 weeks with no baby. If I get 34 weeks with no baby, at that point, everything else will be fine. They did give me steroid shots to progress the development of the baby's lungs. Everything else sounds good. Her heart rate is good and strong. You know, she's pretty long. They didn't do an ultrasound, so I don't know how big she is or estimated weight of how big she is. But I'm sure that my doctor will do that at my appointment Thursday. So, long story short, there will be a part 3 of this, by the way. They admitted me into the hospital for preterm labor. They stopped my contractions. Today I'm finally able to go home. The doctor does have me on a light bed rest at home, basically meaning no sexual activities, no lifting anything, basically at all. No standing for too long period of time, no squatting, no bending, no nothing. So yeah, that's basically where we are right now. Just like I said, I'm just waiting on them to tell me that I can leave and bring in my discharge paperwork, and I'll be leaving not too long after that, because my husband has to get off work, which he should be off here soon. So yeah, that's part 2. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you get notified every time that I upload. I should be getting a new phone soon. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully so, because I know y'all tired of these dark videos, because like I have to be over here, but then it's too light, so that's why I just chose like half dark, half white over here. So anyways, like I said, there will be a part 3 to this video on top of an updated hospital bag video, on top of, I mean, y'all, there's going to be tons of videos coming up in the next week alone. I will 9 times out of 10 go ahead and get the car tour and the apartment tour done and uploaded to you guys. So we'll see how everything goes. We do have an extra addition to the family coming this weekend. I'm so excited. We go pick up our new son tomorrow. that's a whole nother video. So just be on the lookout. Like I said, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Comment down below what your top used emoji for the week is. So you go into your emoji keyboard, it'll tell you the first emoji that's up there. Put it down below. I want to see. Also be on the lookout on my personal pages on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Snapchat for a giveaway on my lashes that I'll be doing here soon. Also, I'll post more information about that in a small video later this week or next week. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Like I said, there will be a part 3, so just be on the lookout for that. It may come today or it may come tomorrow, unsure. We'll see how it goes.